First thoughts, first steps, first thoughts of first steps. Very few times has a Marvel movie emotionally wrecked me. It was great. And I've seen some of the reviews already, like, the CGI, blah, blah, blah. Maybe 2 or 3 things where I would nitpick. The thing that people, I think, fail to realize when they go in and they nitpick and do things like this, they're typically comparing it against these movies like Avengers Endgame. But not every Marvel movie has to be an Avengers Endgame. I was squeezing her hand so hard sometimes because it felt real. It felt like the consequences were real. Another thing I saw was like, well, pacing's a little bit whatever. I thought it was paced well for not really giving a background story, but they did. It was a recap, and that was nice. Considering what they were trying to do, the pacing was fine. But once the Silver Surfer enters the picture, once Galactus enters the picture, it's just clobbering time. Like, from that point on, it doesn't stop. I think being a parent makes this movie more intense. It was proposed by Galactus, if you give me your son, I will spare the Earth. It goes over that in the movie, like, it's the logical answer. What is it? The trolley problem of, like, if you pull this lever, 5 people die, but if you pull this lever, 1 person dies. And being a parent, I think it was stated best in the movie, like, I'm not going to sacrifice my child for the world, but I'm not going to sacrifice the world for my child. Fathers out there, mothers out there, just go in prepared, man. Because, like, if you care about your kid at all, just being honest. And honestly, and even if you don't care about your kid, this might make you care. So, good job, Marvel. Matt Shakman did a fantastic job at really getting at the Kirby-esque part of Marvel. And what he and Stan Lee did, the score was dynamite. Giacchino, right? I'm pretty sure it was Michael Giacchino. Yeah, I can't remember but I'm pretty sure it was Michael G. Mike G. Good job, Mike. There's times, it's hard sometimes for me when I go into a movie to feel like I get it, like I'm in the world. But the whole time, man, like, it was so intimate. It felt like we were invited into the Baxter Building. When you were in the ship with them, even though it was close quarters, it still felt large. And it felt like I was there. When Sue was going into labor, like going through those labor pangs, like, I just felt connected to the whole thing. At the end, her and I both were just like, tears rolling down our face, white knuckled, just gripping each other's hand, mostly me gripping hers, and just, you could feel how heavy it was. I worried about how were they going to adapt that from the comic and make him feel so grand without it looking lame. It was foreboding. It was intensive. Every single movement, even just his tiny finger movements, were just, I don't know how, it was larger than life. And, like, at one point, one of the lines he says is, like, clever bugs. The scale of how tiny in that moment the Richards and Storms and the Grimms looked in comparison to this gargantuan space entity. It was, I couldn't imagine it.
The relationships were very realistic.
Fleshed out. Like, it felt like reading the comic. My initial rating coming out, I gave it a 9.4. She doesn't do well with ratings. I tried to do like 3, 2, 1 and just gut reaction. 9.4 was what came out. 9.4. She's not going to rate it. But she cried. She bawled. She's never bawled at a movie. I've never seen her bawl like that. She was shaking. So.
I just have a headache from crying. My neck hurts from tension.
Stellar,
small
man.
Price to pay.
A small price to pay. We're going to go see it again. 100%. I truly hope that this is the Silver Age for Marvel. I really hope it is. Anyway, Excelsior, like the launch pad in the movie. Okay, bye.